The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sliding slow, sunset on the screen. CNS travel, Eddie Lugo on the scene. Chat lights up, we loading up the stream. Passport open, big plans, big dreams. From shorelines out to the studio glow, we dive in together.
Hey everyone, thank you guys so much for being a member of Venture Crew. Like always, we want to make sure we bring you something before everyone else.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Ryan Parker Studio.
All right, hey everybody. Everybody's doing good tonight.
Hey, and you see my soon-to-be son-in-law. I'm helping them do some insurance stuff. Sorry, I'm like last second popping in here.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. So we'll see who all we got in the chat so far. Now we got Danny. Hey, Danny.
You can make
Appreciate you being here.
March 20th manual.
Of course, we got Scott.
And it looks like this will take effect.
Hope you're doing good. Recovered from your cruise and getting back in the swing of things. So, Danny said, "Hey to the son-in-law."
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, they're back in town and moving back into the state. And since I work for the insurance company they're insured with, they're like, "Can you help us get this set up again?" All right, so your auto's taken care of. You guys can take care of your renters whenever. Thank you. Anyway, woo! Sorry about that, Sherman. Sorry about that, sir.
That's all right. Hey, things happen, man. Things happen. It's all good. So,
now, am I coming through okay, or am I a little funky? Because I'm going to go in here and stop some automatic backups. I'm backing up everything to a new online server, and sometimes it wreaks havoc with my systems.
Yeah, I mean, you look all right. You're a little fuzzy. It's like a little. I think it's more or less the sun glare.
Yeah, probably. I don't have my light on yet, so I'll probably get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Right, but how bad am I going to look? Sorry, they had me all distracted. Oh, there we go. Now I'm a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
That took the fuzziness away.
Jeez.
Oh, I know. Been one of them days, and I've been Monday all over again.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Hey, Danny. Yeah, it's been a day for sure.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I'm also doing my taxes, which is always fun, and it's the first year I've had to do, YouTube income that I've had to claim. Right. As well as travel agency income that I've had to claim. So that was fun trying to figure that out.
Right.
But we're not here to talk about that. Well, in some way we're here to talk about YouTube, but not that way.
Well, I mean, it'll all lead into it. If you start making money, they got to start paying taxes.
Right? The good thing is, though, so on a side note, I know we're going to talk about promotions, but on a side note, once you start making that money, make sure you track your expenses associated with your YouTube accounts. The money you put into promotions, number one, anything that you spend to grab your content, as long as you have all that, a lot of that you can then put into your taxes for offsetting your income. So I have to pay zero taxes on YouTube or my travel agency because my expenses far outweigh my income at this particular point in time.
All right.
Which means it's legally all free money. Instead of not reporting it, you report it and you're like, yeah, I made XYZ, and then here's triple the expenses that I put in to make that money. Okay, you can keep everything.
Right. Yeah. Luckily, I got a guy that, well, he's actually a CPA. That's what he does. And
Nice.
so when I started doing the travel agency on the side, when I was still working before I retired, I said, because I wanted to use some of anything I could, on the cruises to get content, to advertise, and everything else.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm just going to let him do it. So I pay him a little bit of money every year. As long as I keep up with stuff and send it to him.
Mel and I are that close because we're starting to look at an LLC for PCAT that'll encompass YouTube and the travel agency. And once we do that, that's going to be what we're going to do. We're going to find somebody who we can be like, we just want to send you everything and you do our taxes every year and make sure that we're legit. No offshore banking.
That's right. I mean, it's for what little bit I pay him to do them, that it's well worth it without the headache. And if I'd have done it earlier, I'd probably still have some hair. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, because it was funny because it was saying, estimated time for this section is 54 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes.
That's right.
Because I had ChatGPT up on this. Okay, it's asking me this about business expenses. How would I categorize this if I'm a YouTube influencer? Okay, that's what I need to do.
So,
anyway.
Yes, it'll find you somebody. It'll be well worth the money for them to do it, and you not have to worry about the headache. And they'll know hidden things to use and do that we can't find and figure out. So
right. I know she's got a few coworkers that are 1099 workers for the home building industry that she really trusts, and they've got a few CPAs. So I'm sure when we get there, she's just going to ask them, "Hey, who do you use?" Because obviously you trust them.
That's right.
We'll take a look at the same people to handle our stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, let's see. Cruising on the high sea and travel.
And travel.
Hey, Rob.
I was just speaking with him earlier today.
Yeah. We got Vicky in. Vicky. Oh, we got Barry jumping in. Hey, Barry.
Hey.
So, yeah. Well, Ryan, you'd been talking a little bit about the promotions, and that got me interested in looking at it and playing around with it a little bit. And then me talking about it got other people talking about it and asking questions and curious. And, does it work? Does it don't work? How do you do it? What do you do? Does it affect what you already got? It's all kinds of stuff. We kind of started a little spur there. So I said, well, let's sit back and talk about it again and see if anybody has any questions they put in the chat tonight. We might can answer that we don't talk about, beforehand.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Because, it's, to me, it's just the advertising is all we're doing with the promotions.
Yeah, that's really all it is paying that advertising fee just to get your content put in front of the right crowd based on their watching history and streaks. That you're basically paying YouTube for its magical algorithm to put it in front of the right people that might like your stuff.
That's right.
Really what you're doing.
Yeah. Hey, Chris M. Ryan Rob said he's going to be a CPA so he can help you out.
There we go. All right, that'll work. I'll hire you then, Rob.
But like you just said, we just pay a little money for the advertising to put it in front of people. What we try to do before we do the promotions is try to figure out through thumbnails, descriptions, titles, what have you, to attract those people and to get it into the algorithm, to get it put in front of people.
Yeah.
So we're just paying YouTube saying, all right, look, just do it. Instead of us trying to figure it out. Put the algorithm and you change it around. So just go ahead and do it. It's kind of like, I just look at it do you want a slow, steady growth, or do you want to use strategies to amplify that growth and target things?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I know one of the good questions, and we'll just throw this up right away because I know Vicky had brought it up in one of her chats, and I was trying to answer in her chat last week.
Right.
Was subs from ads and watch hours from ads. Mm-hmm. And how does that affect you? So sub count, from everything I've researched, the subs that you get from a promotion will count towards your subs needed for monetization. Right. What does not count, though, is the watch hours. So if you get, if I post something, and I can tell you for 100% that it's true, because with my Ryan Parker Studio, I pushed one video, I want to say, just because I was like, I'm curious to see. I only had 500 subs on that channel, or 300 and something. I was like, I want to actually, I pushed 2 videos. I was like, I want to see what happens if I push 2 of my cooking videos to get sub counts. I want to see in my little monetization button, does my subs needed go up when I get subs from pushing the ad for growth? Right. It did. Absolutely. It went up. Mm-hmm. And when I hit over 1,000 subs, I think I'm at like 2,700 now or 2,600 now. It's fully, hey, you're good to go. You've got your sub count you need. Right. What I'm chasing now is the watch hours, and it most definitely does not reflect watch hours from those same pushed videos. Right. I'm getting better. I mean, I think that it's got decent growth because some of those subs are coming back to watch more content. Right. So you don't get that initial hit from the watch hours you get when you're pushing it, but as those subs hopefully come back, you're gonna see a slowly sustained watch hour growth. They're not all going to come back for sure, but anything they do after that initial click on the ad on YouTube will count towards watch hours. So, they click on it and they watch 3.5-4 minutes of it right then and there, move on to something else, but then maybe go in there, watch later or something like that and come back later. That come back later should count because it wasn't from the actual initial click on the ad in the YouTube scrolling thing. Right.
Yeah. And I saw that too. The ones I did, the first I did, to attract more subs, and it did. Mm-hmm. So just the other day I said, well, let me try something. I put another video up that had a lot of views on it, and just for increased views. Mm-hmm. And it did. I mean, I don't know, 6,000 more views on it. But the watch hours on that didn't really do anything. But I actually picked up another 10 subs out of that. And it's only been a couple days. So, I mean, it's just putting it out for others, just not trying to get subs with it. You still got some subs.
Yeah, I saw that. I did one test like that as well. I think I only ended up getting like 2 or 3 subs. Right. But the watch hour, the click-through rate, and that's the focus on, is the click-through rate if you're looking for views. Right. The higher the click-through rate, then the more people are actually clicking to watch it, thus getting the views. And I have noticed that when I go for subs, my click-through rate is anywhere between 2% to 4 or 5%, which is still pretty good. Right. When I did it specifically for views, it was almost 9 or almost 10%. So It was like, wow. Yeah, they really focused on watch habits versus looking for people who are likely to sub. They're looking for people who are likely to actually click to watch it, maybe not sub after the fact. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see here, cruise tubers, they were in last week's show and we were talking about it. And they were interested, and you see they started just doing a little bit with the promotions, and they've got 40 more subs so far. So that's
Nice.
good.
Definitely.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah. I missed your shenanigans, Zach. I can't wait until college football season again. Start up the tailgate trash talk again.
Oh, well, it'll be here before you know it.
That's right. That's right.
It's well, does anybody in the chat have a burning question about promotions that we hadn't been talking about yet? If you do, put it in there, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah. I guess a quick recap, and you had actually already touched on it. One of the strategic things that you have to do is figure out which videos to push. Right. You know, it's not something like, oh, this one has the least amount of views, let me push that one out there. You might not get the success you're looking for. So if you're looking for subs, you know, then trying to find some of your videos that are already organically, as we like to say, or I like to say, they're organically getting a lot of watches. That's going to tend to do better because you've already shown through regular YouTube pushing it out there that people are clicking on it. So you're basically putting that organic on steroids with the promotion, because now YouTube is specifically going to look for people for you, and you already had good clicks throughs organically, so it should skyrocket when you throw the promotion on there.
Yeah, that's right. So anybody, whether you're doing the shorts like Eddie does, you know, he does shorts for views, or if you're doing long content, you know, put a good performing video out there so that you'll get more bang for your buck, you know, doing that. Because if you like Ryan was saying, if you've got one that don't have a lot of views, chances are you'll pick up a few, but you're not going to get the results that you want because there's something about that video that is just not getting the views.
Yeah, yeah. And it could be as simple as just poor SEO too.
Right.
You know, I've gone in there and I haven't, I'm so swamped, I haven't done a lot of it, but I've been starting to go back in and making new thumbnails for some of my original stuff that was simply, I took a random photo or a screenshot and slapped text on top of it.
Right.
You know, nothing to try to make it SEO click through exciting. It was literally just putting text over a picture, and going back and, you know, doing the whole, if you remember, you can watch the whole thing. I know Sherman saw it, but how to use ChatGPT and transcripts to have it do an SEO package, title, description, and all that for you. Finding those hit words that should be picked up with the algorithm to bring people in.
Yeah. Vicky, I have not tried to promote a website. I don't know, Ryan, if you've looked at that with the promotions. I hadn't seen where you could really, I think it would really do in YouTube with promoting a website.
Yeah, I saw that there is one to do that, but I really haven't. I haven't tried it yet because I don't have a website right now. I mean, yeah, I have my Expedia website that's built for me by Expedia, but I haven't gone in to actually promote that. I think if we end up, you know, having our own, because I own the domain pkadventuretravels.com, right. And when Mel was with Outside Agents, we actually did use, you know, www.pkadventuretravels.com, right. And it took it to her travel agent website. So that could be something that you basically, what I saw, Vicky, was you pick a video, and then within that video you're promoting clicks to your website as well. So I guess another thing you could try is like your merchandise. You know, everyone's got either Teespring or Fourth Wall or whatever you use for your logo swag and stuff like that. You could try to promote that within a video. You know, that gives me a good thought to, you know, maybe it'll be something I try this year is take a look and see, okay, how does promoting a website work? And am I getting clicks to the website? But yeah, I mean that's really what it's designed though, is I guess a companion thing to videos and then getting people to click on that. I mean, hell, I guess you could do, if you're an Amazon influencer and you have an Amazon shopping page, then you could also try that. If you're doing reviews of products or something like that, you could try to promote your Amazon influencer page through that video to get clicks to that page to look at your stuff. So I mean, there's some interesting possibilities that I just thought of now as we started chatting about it.
Making notes.
I'll explore and see. Okay, because I have a couple of videos where I did reviews on products that a company reached out to me and provided a sample of it in return for a video on it. So it might be something to try, because I luckily do also have the Amazon influencer page.
Right.
So that seemed to come alive, just if anybody's ever interested in that. After I got my 1,000 subs, it was closer to 2,000 subs when Amazon finally approved me to have that influencer page, which is the ones that you could actually basically set up your own little sub Amazon thing that, hey, here's a whole bunch of my favorite things, versus the partnership program where you have a designated link that you would put in your YouTube video, but not a page where they could just scroll through and see everything. Right. Only what you strategically put in there. It's same kind of income, if you will, as YouTube, yet much smaller. Like, at least for me, because I don't have hundreds of thousands of people buying stuff off there. It's like, going in and getting $13 every 6 months because, you got 15 cents on this product and 20 cents on that product, and you still need a certain payout to get something. But
so you can go get a drink about every 4 months.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so to answer Vicky's questions, I haven't tried it, but just as we just kind of talked out loud and that light bulb came on, there are some examples of how you could potentially use that. Hang on for just a second. My dog is just going insane. I'll be right back.
All right.
Where are you?
Rob, as far as getting the best way to get watch hours, that's the big secret.
So I would say talking with my daughter, and they are ignoring her, and she is having a fit. So I would try to go to Tuber Chat and other channels like that, and do watch lists with other people and get them to watch yours to get your watch hours up, and look back at some of your, like Ryan was talking about earlier, go back to some of your videos that hadn't really been doing good compared to the other ones, and just change it around. Change your title, change your description, change your thumbnail, see if it picks it up, and you start having more interaction with it. The more interaction with each video will help you get some more watch hours. But I don't know that there's anything that any of us are going to do that we're going to go out there and do something today, and in a couple of days we're going to have 1,000 watch hours, unless we just stumble across something magical to post. Yeah. And to answer Jennifer's question about do I see an increase in my monthly ad revenue with paid promotion? I do. When I first started it, it wasn't stupendous. As far as, hey, I put $100 into it and I'm seeing over $100 come back to me. But I was seeing a growth. This actually last month was the first month that I actually had a bump above what I put into it. So last month, I want to say I dumped $100 between like 4 videos or 3 videos, 50 on one and 25 on 2 others. And my ad revenue for last month actually was $150 over what it was the prior month. So I made back what I put in plus an extra $50 after that initial push. Like we said, the initial watch hours don't count, But obviously with that growth, because I think I went up another like 4,000 subs between those 3 videos, enough of them came back to bump my ad revenue, at least last month, $150 over what my normal monthly income is with that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Scott. I'm ready to go on a cruise again. I've been home for 2 weeks. It's time to, time to go again.
She was whining nonstop. Are you ready to pay attention to her?
Sorry, I was in the attic.
Oh. That's why she was just, I mean, she was like nonstop. Mel says hi, everyone.
Hey, Mel.
Sorry, I had to get the wedding dress down for the daughter.
Wait, the wedding dress was up in the attic? Oh, yours. Sorry. The wedding's getting closer, and now that she's down here, they're doing a lot more planning and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, fun times, fun times.
Yep. So where was I? So so last month was the first time I saw a significant return on investment. And I don't know if it was a mix of the videos I was releasing on top of what I promoted or what, but I'm starting to pay a little bit closer attention, and I'm going to be dumping another one in a video coming up. Our evergreen, if you will. We've talked about that before. But those who don't know what we mean by evergreen, that's usually content that has no like lifetime, if you will, or it is lifetime. It doesn't have a shelf life to where it expires. So our evergreen content is like our room tours and our ship tours. Right. I'm still getting people watching videos that I shot 3 years ago on a regular basis if it's a ship tour. So we've got a ship tour coming of the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. It's still a fairly new company. Their newest ship, even though they got the Beachcomber coming out. So we're anticipating, because people are still very interested in what the quality is like. They're hearing pluses and minuses. And so I figured once that ship tour goes live, it's a good candidate for me to throw some money at to promote. Right. Because, again, Margaritaville is starting to make a name for itself. And, Eddie and I both went on there. We were on the same cruise, and we all had a blast. I thought it was great. The Islander specifically. Right. I always like to say that because the Paradise was their first attempt, and there's a lot of mixed reviews on the Paradise. The Islander, though, seems to have worked out a lot of those kinks.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Linda M. Appreciate you coming in. There's Tanya. Appreciate you coming by. Let's see. We have a few. Yep. Yeah, well, you got to have something that's going to keep this. That's just like I got a couple videos that they're probably 8-10 years old at least, but it's on the fantasy that is gone. And so I'm amazed that, they're still picking up video or views. People are still going out. And I think what it is whereas people are hearing about the older ships and, fantasy and fantasy class, and that's the only way they're going to see them is go back and find the old videos like that. And so, I mean, that's still going up. Like I said, that's 10 years old, but they're still
like the nostalgic stuff too. Oh, back in the day when I cruised, I want to watch this to see what it was like back in the day. Yep. So
that's right. So it's you got to do something that'll be there and last, and it's not just only for this 2 weeks and then nobody cares about it anymore.
Yeah. And Cruising Chris M is right. Paradise just got back from a dry dock, and it sounded like they went in to do some refreshers as well. So
Hey, Andy.
Yeah. But Floaty Buddy's in here. Welcome in. I'm chatting with my other. I didn't realize until just now that in my personal one, I've got Ryan Parker Studios talking in my PK Adventure. So that is me. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm the same person. It's my evil twin. Yeah.
He's even got his tag down here. Both of them. So.
That's right. So, but promotions can definitely be an assist. You know, I absolutely would not say that it's your primary. And YouTube made a good point, because I think before it all counted, and so you had people dumping money into promotions to get watch hours and then getting paid right back because it was all counted in the past. And then YouTube's like, wait a second, they shouldn't pay to get watch hours and us turn around and pay them right back what they paid us to get those watch hours.
Right.
But it's definitely a good spark that every now and then you can use to boost yourself a little bit more forward, let it solidify, let it, you know, kind of do its thing, and then go organic for a while, because as we're talking about, there's definitely cons.
Oh yeah.
With your algorithm, your subs are kind of like your first test point, from what I understand, that YouTube does. So when it pushes your videos, a lot of your subs are the ones that get it. And if you've got the people who sub, watch a few minutes, and then never watch you again, well, yeah, it's going to hurt you, because now the algorithm's like, hey, your own people aren't watching your stuff, then I'm not going to really do a lot of effort to push you out to people who aren't subbed to you, because your own people aren't even watching it. So obviously, whatever that video is not good enough for your own people to watch.
Right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, you know, even though you gain the subs I gain, the ones you gain, you know, you still got to be putting out content for people to continue to look at, even the ones that do watch most of it. Just because you do the promotions and get the subs, you can't just sit there and keep promoting the same videos or all your videos. You got to keep producing stuff and keep putting stuff out there, and just use it to get those subs or more views, or whichever one you feel like you need at the time. Mm-hmm. And just to help you along. It's like Ryan said, you know, if you go from 1,000 subs to 2,000 subs, then every video you put out, you should be gaining more views and more watch hours, because it's like you said, it's automatically putting it out there in front of more people.
Yeah. And to answer Scott's question, do I think promotion is for everyone? No, definitely not. It depends on what your end goals are and what your cost benefit ratio is. Right. I don't want to be blunt, but hey, we're going to be here and be blunt. If you have really boring content and, you know, it's not something that sparks interest in the masses, then promoting videos, you might not get the results you want. Right. For instance, me personally, yeah, you know what? I love my little fish tank live. I'm never going to promote a fish tank live, though, because who's going to sit there and watch an hour and a half, you know, lo-fi beat? Yeah, there are definitely some people out there who like it, but I don't feel that promoting that type of video would get me a return on investment. I mean, maybe for the heck of it, I'll try it once, but you know, you got to think about what videos are you posting. Now, if something cool happens in that video at some point, and then you can update your SEO to tease that something dramatic happens in the tank during that, well, then, yeah, now there's something that's different. It's not just a lo-fi beat, relax kind of video. It's, hey, you know, something interesting happens in this video, and if you can get that right hook and do some after stuff, then, you know, maybe. But it really just depends on the type of content that you have, right, and what you're sending out there. And I don't mean, you know, boring, subjective. It's so subjective. You know, I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands of people that love just having a fish tank and, you know, have music playing. But is it ever going to get to the right people? Are they the ones that are going to see it? I don't know.
Let's see. Being honest and transparent.
My pleasure. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's really not for everyone. It depends on what your goal is. If you're out there to have fun, for instance, hey, I'm just here to have fun, then no, don't post, don't do anything. You know, if you're like, hey, you know what? organically, it looks like I've got a lot of people who do like my stuff. I do want to get to a certain level of monetization, maybe, which is what Mel and I wanted. You know, we wanted to get to some level and see if we could get at least enough income after we saw that, hey, you know, we are getting a lot of people who really like our content. We wanted to get enough to offset expenses and maybe have a little bit more to get better equipment, you know, down the line kind of thing. Then, yeah, you know, maybe give it a shot, you know, give it a shot and see if that can get you over the hump that you need to hit those monetization levels.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, like Cruising Tuber said, you know, they've already got the 4,000 watch hours. So now they're working on the subs. So, you know,
then I think promotion, and that was me too. I hit my watch hours, gosh, 6, 7, 8 months. I mean, it was a long time before I hit my subs. I was getting watch hours. I was already, when I finally got my 1,000 subs, I was already at like 7,000 or 8,000 annual watch hours.
Right.
So everyone loved my content, but they just wouldn't freaking press the button. Press the button.
Yeah, that's the thing that's weird. You know, trying to figure out. You know, you'll have some people, like you said, they'll watch every video you put out, but won't sub.
Yep.
And then you'll have people that'll sub and that'll watch a couple minutes of a few videos here and there.
Yep.
But they'll keep right on, you know, subbing. Is trying to figure out, okay, what makes these people sub, what makes these people watch, so that you can roll it all into one and get the subs and the watch.
Definitely.
That's the thing. But you know, so I think since they've already got the watch hours, you know, which they're trying to promotion thing, so that may help them get some more subs and get closer to their 1,000.
Yep. So I would say in your case, if that's what you want, then you definitely could benefit from the promotions and making sure you're doing the sub promotions. As far as, oh yeah, that's right. We both do have Shiplaf, don't we?
I ain't even thought about it.
Neither did I until they pointed out. I was like, wait, yeah, we both do have Shiplaf.
Yeah.
Since the subs count, you know, that's something to think about. I did my biggest jump with, again, being strategic. Mel and I specifically got on Carnival Vista last summer to go to Celebration Key on the first day.
Right.
And then I literally spent the next 24 hours madly editing the, you know, 50-minute or hour-long, however long it ended up being, full tour. And we put that out, and I actually sunk like $200 into it and got about 4,500 subs by the time that ended. And it was like a 2-week. Usually they do 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I sunk $200 for 2 weeks and got 4,500 subs. Obviously, you're not going to keep them all because some of them don't watch the full 3 minutes they need to remain. So I lost some, but I netted still over 4,000 subs with that one video. And a $200 investment.
Right.
So finding that content, you know, look through your history. If it's a recent one, then all the better. Find the one that's organically doing the best and put a decent amount in there. And I'm sure that would help bump you to what you need sub count wise. Because that's the subs, now that I kind of know how promotion works, is the easy part, if you will.
Right.
It's finding that evergreen content to get the watch hours. And I think that's the key to your watch hours is, you know, not a whole bunch of small short things, but if it is small or short, it needs to be evergreen, something that's going to constantly be relevant to have people coming to watch it.
Right.
And that's how you're going to get your watch hours, is being able to maintain that and get views on it months and years down the road.
Let's see, the chat I was experimenting with went from 85 to 717 views so far. Spent $10. Okay.
See, there you go. I mean, look, that's especially if that was, you know, views versus subs. I mean, that's phenomenal for $10.
Right.
You're getting from 81 to 717 views. I mean, that's a really good number there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tanya may be on to something here with the difference between subs and watch hours is a lot of people are watching YouTube on TV and that's all they do. You know, is just watch it. They don't, you know, to comment and sub and everything else. So
yeah,
could be on to something there, Tanya.
I know that's what Cheryl was actually saying, that one of her biggest frustration points was she likes to watch it on the TV and you can't comment. You can link your phone, which I do. I link my phone or my tablet and link it up with the TV. And so you're watching on the TV, but commenting on the phone or tablet. But yeah, it's just, I wish there was an easier way that you could set all that up, you know, because it definitely, I would agree with all the smart TVs nowadays. A lot of people are just opening up the YouTube app there.
That's right. Yeah. What he's talking about with the 3 minutes is, you know, if you watch a video, you know, watch it at least 3 minutes for it to recognize that you were there and you watched it and you had an interest in it. And then, you know, like and subscribe if you ain't.
And comment, leave a package.
That's right.
That's why they call me FedEx. I'm always delivering packages. It's the lingo on YouTube, at least in Tuber Chat. It's the way that we kind of say, hey, we went to your place, we subbed, we left a meaningful comment, you know, and we liked your video. It'd be awesome if you reciprocated by, hey, we left a package.
Yeah. And what he means about a meaningful comment is something that is related to that video. Not just saying thanks or I was here or anything like that. You know, put something that relates to that video so YouTube knows that you actually watched the video and saw the video.
Yeah. Because that's one of the things too that we're hearing is that YouTube, when it, you know, goes through and it looks at interactions, if it's like, hey, can't wait to see more of your content, or hi, you know, then sometimes it won't really count that as interaction, and it will drop subs, which is why when you see all of a sudden you do a promotion and, hey, I just jumped, you know, 40 subs overnight. And then you're like, wait, I lost like 8 subs. What happened? That's because someone clicked on subscribe, but they either didn't watch the full 3 minutes, which that seems to be the magic number that usually will let you stick. But then when you like, and if you leave a meaningful comment that's like a sentence or so long, then it normally will tell YouTube, and the algorithm will say, hey, this person actually watched a decent amount and commented more than a single word. So it normally will stick your sub and not release it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and that's what a package is as well, because, you know, multiple items. So you got things in a package, you got a like in the package, you got a comment in the package, and you got a new sub in the package.
Yeah.
So as you see people joking about that in ads or saying, hey, I visited your place, I left you a package, it's basically saying that they did those 3 things on your channel.
Yeah. So they were helping you, so you go back and help them.
Well, there you go. So more to see. MJ said that's what he's doing right now. He's watching on the TV, but it's commenting on the phone. Yeah.
But and like Tanya said, you know, the TV viewers are probably the ones that are watching the longest,
right,
on the videos and stuff. So
especially if they're doing like housework or stuff, if they're like when Mel's folding laundry or when I'm cooking dinner or something like that. Yeah, YouTube is usually up playing and we're watching people's content while we're doing that stuff. Yeah.
So just it'd be nice if they, with the way the TVs are, if they would just figure out how to do them so that you would get the credit and they would realize that they were watching and being able to comment and like and all that stuff without doing the phones.
I'm saying this now, so when this happens, YouTube, you're going to watch this video, and I want royalties. You need a floating keyboard. like you are in YouTube and you have comment and it brings up a little floating keyboard that you can then use your remote or your video game to, I mean, come on, how hard is that?
Yeah, I mean, you think they would already have it done, but they won't go more to this, to the 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
Just scroll right on. So let's see. Sign YouTube app on TV, it will count. And typically with your remote, there is options to navigate a bit.
Yeah. I liked once they set it up to where you could link your phone to the TV. That definitely makes it a lot easier to navigate, and you can add things to your watch list on your phone and it'll play on your TV. And then the one thing that they do have now, which they need to take it to the next step, is they do have the ability to turn on live chat, so you can at least see the live chat on your TV. You just can't interact with it.
All right. Eddie just sent me a message. He might not make it tonight.
Really? I would have never known. I mean, he's only like, 47 minutes late. Right. I know he ended up being in the I saw a picture of him in the hospital or something like that.
That if you looked at the picture, there was a ID card hanging behind him, and it said Family Feud crew only. So he said he's at the Family Feud taping, so that's why he's not up here.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought he was joking about it, and he's like, I'm back in the hospital.
Yeah. No,
I was busy this afternoon. I saw it, and I just eyeballed it, and I was like, oh, great, you're in the hospital again. What's up? Because I thought that was like a doctor's badge or something hanging up in the back. Eddie Lugo, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Sorry, we got sidetracked, squirrel.
So we'll have to find out if he makes it or if they're just watching.
Yeah.
But see if there'll be a competition to see how he does versus when Scott was on Family Feud on the cruise ship when I was there. Nice. So that most TV support wireless, just keyboards. Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of folks that do it on the TV just watch it.
Right.
They don't sit there and.
Usually they're not hitting the like, they're not hitting the subscribe. They just turn it on and then let it play and play and play. But hey, at least you're getting some watch hours.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny, it ain't gonna make it tonight. So
sorry for yawning. But
yeah, that's where he is. So Ryan, Danny asked earlier if your evil twin was gonna be in Helen.
Maybe. The evil twin might make it. Oh, some dude on a cruise is right as well. Most TVs do support wireless USB keyboards now.
Right.
And stuff like that. So, yeah, you would think there'd be some way you could make it work. Make it happen.
Yeah. Let's see. That would be scary if Eddie was on Family Feud.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun watching y'all, Scott. I know that. So, let's see. Anybody got any more questions they're burning to ask? Put them in the chat. We got another 10 minutes here. We can try to answer it for you. But with the promotions, it's not going to make your channel. No. It's just advertising. It's just like buying stickers and T-shirts and cups or whatever, lanyards that you give away. All you're doing with that is trying to promote your channel and getting the name out there and getting it in front of people. And that's the same thing that the promotion is doing. That's all it's doing. You still got to have the right content for those people to sub and to watch it and continue to watch it. You may pick up, some subs but the content ain't there and they never come back, and so they'll fall off. And you won't get your watch hours or that you need to.
Yep. And that's another good point. Is I would refrain from promoting until you have a decent amount of content. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. It's, whatever you feel. But I would say if you only have like 1 or 2 videos, probably not a good idea to try to promote right there. You're going to want a decent amount, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. I don't know, whatever that magic number is. But definitely more than 1 or 2, because you're going to want them to want to sub because, hey, there's some decent content here. I'm going to want to come back or watch some more of their stuff, kind of thing. So I think, I never really tried, honestly, until after I was monetized. When Mel and I were talking about it, it's like, we want to see how it goes organically. And I was like, let me see if I can get us to 1,000 subs without spending any money, because then, we can see what we get on a monthly basis and then use that to reinvest into the channel to grow bigger. That was me. With the Ryan Parker Studios, me just being like I mentioned earlier, the guy, I want to see if this works. I did it specifically to test on would all of those subs count. If I promoted a video and got subs, would it count towards my 1,000 I needed on that channel? And it did. So that's why I can at least confidently tell you that subs, at least as of the last 4 months, do count towards your monetization with promotions.
Right. Yeah.
So
Tanya says she's found that any content related to promoting YouTube gets pushed out more.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
So,
Hey, Tiffany, welcome on in.
yeah, Tiffany. I had
Michael Adventures, he had mentioned he does 2 videos a day between his Emily stuff with the raccoons at night and then the traffic watch during the day. And he had over 4,000 videos already up before he monetized and before he started promotion. So a plethora of content for people to come back and peruse. So I think that's the key as well, at least to get that retained watch hours.
That's right.
Is to make sure you've got enough content to bring people back to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Joseanne.
Hey, Em. Ron.
Ronald.
So you talking about football a while ago? He snuck in.
That's right. He was like, wait, I heard tailgate trash talk. When's that starting again?
That's right. That's right.
We got what's February? So we got March, April, May, June, July, August.
Already.
6 months at least before we can start up again.
What's that content go live?
Yeah, that's another way. And that's honestly, that's how I've been creeping up my watch hours. Thanks to all those who do come in for the Ryan Parker Studios one, because I think that's why I have the go live together on the Ryan Parker channel versus the PCAT, because I'm not struggling for watch hours in PCAT.
No.
And my live stream. And I can thank Jeremy for that. He was like, just put a camera on your fish tanks. That would, blah. And I was like, okay, well, Restream does have AI music, so why not? While I'm at work, I work from home at least 3 times a week. I can put it on for an hour and a half to 2 hours and interact every now and then and just have some AIs.
All right. Sorry, I got to get me another fish tank.
I know, right? Actually, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to see if I can isolate that answer for you, cruise tubers. But I would say a large portion of my watch hours on Ryan Parker Studios do come from the lives, because I generally get on the fish tank lives anywhere from 5 to 10 people watching it. And if they're watching, and most of them, at least 5 or 6, like Michael Adventures and JJ Adventures, once she's done moving, I'm sure she'll watch some more. But Ohio Travels with Chris, Mickey's Adventures, Lee from Enfield Road Layout in the Loft. They're usually in there. Oh, Vicky too from Foodie's Adventures. they're usually in there the whole time. And I think Cheryl and Jeremy watch, they don't comment as much because they just have it up on the TV. But
Right.
you know, if they're in there for an hour, then you're talking about 7 hours. If let's just break it down easy. Let's say I live stream for an hour, but I got 7 people who watch it the whole time, 3 times a week. Well, now I'm talking about what's that? 7, 14, 21 hours a week in watch time just from those people watching that live. So if I'm getting more in there, an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, go live together for an hour, I might have 4 to 5 people. So now you can see how those lives are helping to generate a lot of the watch time. And I've grown with my Ryan Parker. So this one's a good one to talk about as far as watch time goes. Let me pull this up. So the last 90 days.
And that's another reason when you're watching a live like tonight or any night, anytime you're watching live and there's multiple people on there, you know, try to pull up everybody's channel and interact it. You know, if you jump channels back and forth or just stay on, you know, most time I'll have several tabs, depending on how many people, I'll have several tabs open and just kind of jump back and forth, but watching it that way, each person in that live is getting that hour, 2 hours, at 30 minutes, ever how long the live is, they're getting credit. I mean, you're sitting there watching it. Go ahead and give everybody in there the credit for that time.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find my watch hours and see if it breaks it down by videos versus lives. Because that would be good to see. Like, what's my breakdown? Here we go. Watch time.
Em, check your front porch there. Cruise Tuber just left you a package.
Here we go.
Trying to make it more purposeful then. Okay. Yep.
There you go. So yeah, like looking at my breakdown for my watch hours, just for the 2026, so just for the last 2 months, I would have to say that almost all of my watch time is from lives. The African cichlids to go live together, the morning quickies when I was doing that. Yeah, looking at this, I've got 3, 6, 4. It's going to be easier for me to count the percentage that's not alive.
Right.
So that's 1.4%. 1.2%. Those are lives. Those are lives. That's 1%. Wow, that's short actually. Is 1% of my views or watch time. And that was a 29-second short.
Huh.
Interesting. All right. Let's see here. That's 0.9%. See, now I'm like actually curious. So I'm actually doing the math here to look at. That's 0.7%.
But yeah, that's right. More to see if you're not in each channel, whatever channel you're in is the only one that's getting credit for that watch time.
So I'm looking at least at my top 50 results is what it is showing me. And of my 100%, at least based on these top 50, only 6% were videos on my Ryan Parker Studios, like my cooking videos. The other percentage, so 6% were videos, everything else were lives. Whether it was the African cichlids or the morning shows, all my other watch hour that I'm gathering is from the lives. So if you can find some sort of evergreen thing like I do with the fish tank, or, you know, being on the morning show, just I've lucked out. They invited me. I work from home and I'm not in a position where I had any conflicts during that time, except occasionally when a phone call comes in. So lives definitely can help add, some watch hours for you.
All right.
Because they like to watch that interactive feel too.
Oh,
I mean, I tend to want to watch lives a little bit more than videos too, because hey, if I post something, I'm going to get a response most of the time from one of the hosts.
That's
and
right.
Who doesn't like to have their comment read out or addressed live, from the host kind of thing.
That's right. Yeah, you should have put a camera up and just did a live shoveling. That word that Rob loves so much there.
I'm gonna say it because he's gonna send it anyway. So snow. And I'm gonna get a ding, and Samuel L. Jackson is gonna show up on my my thing there.
Oh yeah.
Mel talked from the other room. She's like, "You could just say blizzard."
Yeah. Well, that's not saying snow.
That's right. Winter confetti, as we've been joking on the morning shows.
Yeah. I wonder, does Rob call them snow cones? When you go to the park, does he get snow cones?
Very good question. Slightly frozen water concoction.
What you mean, chiclets?
Actually, you know what? I have heard about that hyping, but I honestly haven't seen anything on my end. Some dude on a cruise that actually says, "Oh, hey, you've gotten this many views because someone hyped your video." I haven't seen that.
I watching videos, and I was working on editing some today, and had the laptop over here running videos, and it's only every once in a while here lately that the option of hype one will even come up. It seemed like it was doing it more before, but now it's just kind of hit and miss. Like every once in a while, I'll notice it.
Yeah. Oh God, I told you. It
also helps YouTube's more.
It wasn't Samuel L. Jackson this time.
Yeah.
Nothing but love for you, Rob.
Yeah. Well, Rob, we'll buy you a snow cone next time we see you.
So that's a good question. What's the best way to have more viewers in your live stream? Honestly, when you find out, let me know.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the type of content that you're having in that stream. Because I can tell you with all the lives that we do, we usually only do one a week. Sometimes, we've got about 10 people. Other times we've got 40. So it depends on what you're doing. Is it something that someone is making special time for? Is it a very interesting topic that's, a hot button out there nowadays? When we were talking about Virgin, that's going around the internet a lot. A lot of stuff on YouTube about Virgin nowadays. So when Mel and I were doing our feedback, and we'll do our food review this Thursday on all that, we had more people in our lives. When Mel put together, spectacular job again, honey, my 50th birthday, everybody in the community made a point to try to be there to watch or send videos in. I mean, I think that was probably our most watched live with concurrent viewers, like 40 something for my 50th birthday party celebration. So I think it really has to do with the content, how early you put your stuff out there. And we say it all the time, the SEO as well. If you've got good content and a good SEO write-up that will pick up, and it's a hot topic in today's search terms, then it's gonna do better than other topics.
Right. And and I think especially with your shorts and the long content is that consistency. Just being consistent. Whatever schedule you set up, just try the best to stay with it and keep it going. Because like I think what Vicky was saying, the audiences will sell out. If you miss a week or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, you miss some time, then they get out of the habit of coming to watch you. They get in the habit of going somebody else or watch something else or doing something else with that time that they were used to watching you with. So keep that consistency, because I know I've seen it myself that everything's going fine, and for whatever reason I'll miss a few days or week, 2 weeks, go on a cruise, whatever. Every time we go on a cruise, when we come back, you can tell it's a little dip, and it'll take a little while to come back up to get everybody to realize, okay, hey, Ryan's back from the cruise. He's back to normal. He's going to be there.
I can tell you that's definitely a fact, because during the holidays, during Thanksgiving and Christmas, we had a lot of cruises, a lot of family here, a lot of vacation, and we only did a handful of lives. And then we started up again in January. And of course, now we're pretty much done, and we're still doing a live when we're in Helen next week, because it's Thursday night, and we'll do it from the campsite. But I have noticed that too. When you're kind of inconsistent, then they get out of the habit of being there. So for sure.
That's right. Let's see. Have to go do some editing video. All right. Well, we're all getting ready to drop out of here in just a minute, because we're over our hour mark. But appreciate you being here, and hope your promotion keeps going good and you keep getting some more subs out of it to
That's right.
get you closer to where you want to be.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, Ryan, any last words of wisdom for people debating whether or not to try promotions or not? I think, we've kind of talked about it off and on through the whole thing is, make sure you got some good content already there. And if you do promote something that you've organically had success with.
Correct.
And know that, it might bump you up in the subs or views or whatever, whichever one of the 3 promotions you do. But I look at it, that's only going to be temporary. It's up to you to keep the content out there and keep putting content out there to keep them there. All the promotion is going to do is just get them there. It's just like when you get a sales paper from, Walmart, Target, or whatever. It'll get you out there, but you're not going to stay there all the time unless there's something else that you want to get to keep you going back.
Right. Well, Smarty, I would say don't give up. Yeah, that's not a stupendous result. It just means that particular video or the way that it was presented by YouTube didn't get to the right people.
Yeah.
Now, a 4% click-through rate still isn't bad, because when I haven't looked in a while, but when I was first researching, everything was telling me that anything more than a 2% click-through rate is a good click-through rate, to have as you're starting to build. But yeah, 7-minute video only getting 115 views. There's something missing, whether it's the title, whether it's the actual thumbnail, or if maybe there wasn't something. Everyone talks about the hook too at the beginning, trying to set up something exciting within the first minute or so to capture their attention. And that's something that I still need to work on, because I usually do like an intro when I wake up first in the morning. Hey, we don't know what we're going to do today, so come along with us. Sometimes that works, but sometimes it's like, okay, you got a 40-minute video and you're not giving me anything at the beginning to tell me what the heck's going on. See ya.
Yeah.
So it just means that take that as a learning, go watch it again, go through it, see if maybe it was something that you could have tweaked a little bit at the beginning to capture interest, or again, putting a good description. So if people are watching it and they're reading your description, you've got some teasers in the description that says, okay, well, I'm not seeing it yet in the video, but according to what it's saying, then XYZ should be happening at some point. So
right.
Don't just give up on one. Definitely take a look and see what you can tweak and find out. You'll eventually find it. You'll eventually find your niche.
Another thing you can do is whatever that video is about, search that topic on YouTube, and you'll see, more than likely, you'll see a bunch of other videos up there with a similar topic. Yep. Look at which ones of those videos have performed the best by how many people's watched them, and look at that thumbnail and compare it to yours, and see if there's you may tweak your thumbnail more, not copy it by any means, but just change up the thumbnail with more of a similar layout of what did good. Look at the title and compare it to yours. They may have a word or two in there that's just catching the attention, or their thumbnail may just have more colors in it. Something that's drawing people to that one versus yours when it's the similar, content or similar topic anyway.
Yeah. And if I start using ChatGPT a lot more too. Now I do have the paid one, but even the unpaid one, it still will let you make a couple of pictures. So you could take a snapshot from your video, or if you've taken a regular video, and then use the AI to just, I make sure I tell it, don't alter the picture. Like, don't change the overall picture flow. I don't want to AI it and make it something that it wasn't. Just enhance it with the way that the letters are on there. Or one thing I started to do is, if you've got a person in it, add like a little neon outline around the person that like brings that person out at you from the picture and things like that. So yeah, we can still go on for hours.
Oh yeah. Ron, you've got a great co-host that's why everybody comes to watch anyway. So it's not really your content, it's your co-host. Let's see. Last video was a year ago. So.
Hey, James Money, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, well, just keep trying it. You had it right with those, so just keep working at it, and you'll get back. Let's see here. Yep, thumbnails matter. I mean, that's the initial attention getter for a lot of people. Yeah, if they're sitting there just scrolling, that you want that thumbnail to jump out at them, or if they search for something and 30 videos pop up, you want that thumbnail that's going to jump out, that's going to draw their attention to that. So, all right. Well, we'll probably have to do this again sometime in the near future, because, like you said, we can keep right on going and talking about this kind of stuff all night long.
Right.
That's Uncle Dave. Hey, Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave.
So, but Ryan, I appreciate you coming in and giving out your words of wisdom to everybody to help them along. I appreciate everybody in the chat coming in, and hopefully y'all got something out of it tonight, and we'll help you down your journey where you want to go and what you want to do with YouTube. I think everybody starts in one way, and where you want to go and how you want to do things is going to constantly change once you get in and start working on stuff. It's going to change, and hopefully, you got a little something out of it that's going to help you make that change and get to where you want to be. And if there's any questions anytime, don't hesitate. Reach out to me. I know Ryan won't mind reaching out, and we'll try to answer your questions, or either head you towards somebody that we feel like will know the answer.
That's right.
Let's see. What was the analytics on audience? Where did your viewers come from? Oh, okay.
That's true. Yeah, you need to look and see, because that's one of the other things. I guess the last then words of wisdom is, yeah, look where a bunch of your viewers come from in your overall analytics. When you go to do promotions, you'll be able to choose countries, and it's going to choose a few for you. But if you don't see one of your top viewership in there, then throw that country into the location when you're there in the promotion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and a lot of mine coming from overseas too.
Oh yeah, that's
Philippines is one of the big ones.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of mine come from overseas too, especially on the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
The Philippines, Indonesia. I think they're more loyal to YouTube channels than anybody else. But yeah, look at your analytics, see who's watching. I think you might be surprised when you look at the age ranges and males, females, and what countries. You'll see that you may be reaching people that you didn't think you were reaching, and not reaching the ones that you thought you were, or that you were intentionally trying to reach.
Yep, definitely.
How kind of my views come from the U.S. Yep. So all right. Well, we're gonna get out of here, and hope everybody has a good night. Y'all people up north, don't break your back shoveling that white stuff, and hopefully y'all stay warm. So, appreciate everybody coming, and we'll see y'all next time.